Alrighty, so I tried doing this before. I recorded this entire thing and then I came in here to edit and it was just a rambling mess. I could not stand it. I was like, oh man, I need to redo this. So it's about midnight East Coast time, right? So I'm just gonna try and make this a lot more coherent and focused because though I feel passionately about it, I'm not recording this like 5 seconds after reading the tweet or whatever and just gonna blabber on about a million different things. So let's just focus in a little bit, okay? So I'm pretty sure all of you have heard by now the news about Highguard and how the developer or the studio has opted to go ahead and shut down the game just based upon some very, very silly factors. I'll go ahead and pull it up right here and I will read it for you. Today we are sharing difficult news. We have made the decision to permanently shut down Highguard on March 12th. Since launch, more than 2 million players stepped into Highguard's world. You shared feedback, created content, and many believed in what we were building. For that, we are deeply grateful. Despite the passion and hard work of our team, we have not been able to build a sustainable player base to support the game long term. Servers will remain online until March 12th. We hope you'll jump in with us one more time to show your support and get those final great matches in while you can. So, after going through that, and if you're an old fogey like me, you're probably a little upset, and probably a little bit fed up with these live service games. Like, I can understand how you want to turn a profit. You want things to be as good as it possibly can be out the gate, but 9 times out of 10, these things ain't gonna happen. Though these things take time, and sometimes you just have to trip and fall and make a couple mistakes, right? Like, let's just go through a couple different live service games that just didn't make it and honestly wasn't given much of a chance. Off the top of my head, I'll go ahead and bring up 2, Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad. I didn't get a chance to play either of these games, but I would like to have had the option. They did look fun. I just didn't get a chance to get to them at a decent time, Those games are dead in the water. You can't play them. And they're, people that made them, they could put it on their resume, but ultimately, if no one could play it, no one can vouch for how it was. You could just pull up the old YouTube videos and clips that people that got a chance to play it, you could just show off that stuff and be like, hey, I worked on that, right? But at the same time, it just kind of sucks that those were kind of taken away, and I don't think we're given a very good chance. Another game that was like that was Knockout City. That is a very niche game, but me and the other bibs, we played the crap out of it when it came out. The absolute crap out of it. It was very fun, very well made, and I think it had a team up with the Ninja Turtles, which I'm not gonna say is ultimately a good metric for positive feedback from the community, because at this point I think the Ninja Turtles will team up with a dang breakfast sandwich at this point, but I digress. But the game was fun, and it was available and online, I think maybe 2 years, but now it's gone, never to be played again. I think people were playing this on like closed servers, and it looks fun, but you cannot like join up with people online like you used to. But the main reason why I'm making this video is because I believe this to be true. Fortnite set up an unrealistic expectation for all live service games that has come out since its inception. Fortnite is a smash hit success. Everybody and their mom wants to be in that game. If you're a celebrity, if you have a popular IP, anything like that, you want to be a part of Fortnite. And I think that the mindset that it gave these investors in these large companies that develop these games, which I think might be just a larger issue altogether, just gave them the biggest heads. Like, hey, Fortnite's an infinite money glitch. We can always put microtransactions in all these games and make people buy skins literally forever. These games can go on forever. And that just is not true. You can't just throw the game together, not give it a chance to trip and fall and make mistakes, and allow people to critique the game and have the developers implement those critiques, do a little trial and error, give it like a year, maybe 2 years to like find its footing and find its fan base, because somebody's gonna like the game. You put all that time into it. Give it a chance. Give these people a chance to make these games great, you know? But ultimately, I don't think these companies are even looking to give these people the time. And, you know, I just to circle back, with Fortnite, on the other side of that token, you have Concord. You know, Concord was out for like a month, and just like Highguard, it was ripped away from us way too soon. It didn't even get a chance. I ultimately think about games like Warframe and Destiny, that when they came out, they weren't perfect games, but I feel like the people that are at the top of those companies believe in those games enough to give them a chance to, you know, trip and fall and make a couple mistakes, but at the end of the day, try to make the product as good as they can. But, you know, it's just a sad time to see that a lot of these games are getting made not with the goal of making something that is not only profitable, because that's important, because you want to make sure that all the right people that worked on these games are getting paid, but also that they're making something fun for people to play, because at the end of the day, people want to have fun with these games. Grown folk like me are trying to play these games to relax after a long day of work, or just, you know, hang out with their friends in these virtual places, because it's kind of hard to always see people all the time, or you don't have the mental bandwidth, or whatever, what have you, you know? But it's just a sad time in gaming in general, I guess. And I don't know, maybe because I grew up in an era where we had some really kick-ass games like Kingdom Hearts, freaking Gears of War, Jak and Daxter, and even some niche ones like Tak and the Power of Juju. Like those kind of games that you could just pick up, play, and be they good or bad, you know that the developers put their best foot forward, or at least you'd hope they would. And you know, you get the game that you get, and most of the time it was a good time, you know what I'm saying? But these days, I think that all these companies are just so hungry to get to the next big payout from they're all basically just looking for the next Fortnite. If I had to be honest, it just seems like they're all looking for the next Fortnite, but not giving them the chance to make these mistakes, figure out what makes a game like Fortnite special, and try to make something special. You can't just give up after the first pancake. You know what I'm saying? There's the first pancake's always a throwaway, but the rest have potential to be something very great and potentially very delicious. But, you know, I guess this is where I'm going to wrap it up. I'm not going to yap on too long. Tell me how you feel in the comments. Are you going to miss Highguard? What games did you play back in the day that you think, man, that was a really good one and done? You know, just let me know. Let's have a conversation in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Stay beautiful.